Jason, where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
It's two things that the martial arts could go out. The traditional martial arts I'm mainly talking about. That is, they could go out of style or they could get outlawed. If the Roe versus Wade situation that's happening in 2022 can tell you anything, is that what you were able to do today, you might not be able to do tomorrow. And there may be people that have a problem with what you do, and they're willing to go to the point of making sure that you can't do it. Now, you may think it's a false equivalency to try to compare abortion to the martial arts. And I can roll with you on that to a degree. Hey, I don't like abortion myself, but I had hoped that we would get rid of abortion by convincing people that it was the wrong thing to do and that was the moral thing to do, and that we wouldn't force our morality on them through laws. That they would arrive at on their own. Yeah, I know. I'm probably playing the world's smallest violin and and breathing pixie dust on thinking on that one. But that's what I thought. To the point that I was willing to keep it at putting it to a vote. And just if people ask me, I don't like it. Or, if I ever felt strongly enough to form an organization or just continue to work with the church to teach and tell people not to do it. But not to just force my will on them. The thing is, there are people that have the problem with martial arts and combat sports. They think that they're too violent. They lump everything in with the most extreme and brutal forms of martial arts and combat sports. I won't say what they are, because that can actually vary by what your opinion is. And guess what? They can end up getting power, and bye-bye, it's gone. The traditional martial, if you would just take the time and start reading about some of the historical figures you see in the martial arts. In Japan, one place that you would say that's one of the places where it came from. If you look at the life of Genshin Funakoshi, things had gotten to the point to where it seemed like he was practically the only person really doing it. He had to have regular jobs and teach martial arts, sometimes full-time, mostly part-time. And the form of karates that people practice now, those karates are around because Genshin Funakoshi kept it going. That form of martial arts almost went out. He never got to travel the world. His students did. Things were brought to the brink. If we get to the point to where we may end up in a civil war, we may end up in another world war, the economy with the gas prices, man, if people have to choose between paying for gas and paying for martial arts lessons, I think they're going to pick paying for gas. So that's why I think that we need to look long and hard now, and we need to share everything that we know before we end up in some kind of oppressive regime to where if it's not sanctioned by the government, you're not going to be able to learn it. Now, technically right now, I'm teaching part-time through a community center, so you can say that's sanctioned by the government. But what if they get rid of that? Somebody feels like, well, that's bad for the community, it's harming the community, goodbye. Then we're driven back on the ground. The form of martial arts that's comes from my ethnic group, the African American ethnic group, knocking and kicking, is considered to be extinct. I was told by older people in my family who do martial arts that it's actually just like Taekwondo, so just take Taekwondo and you'll be doing what we did. So I guess we could technically bring that back if we just study what we learned and just rename it back to what it was before. You would think that what we did would be more like capoeira, but they said no, what we were doing, that could just be unique to my particular family. So nah, what we were doing was just like Taekwondo, so just study that. But things come and go all the time. Things are open for a while, and then they're gone. What if some people get so upset that they don't like anything, they think it's too violent? Just like how some people are hesitant to share pressure point secrets and pressure point knowledge. I can understand why you would think that. you would think, oh, we don't want people abusing this stuff. The stuff can be lethal. The stuff can be deadly. Well, first of all, a lot of people don't even believe in it, even though that is the case, that it can be lethal and can be deadly. And still, even people that know about it or know of it, even if they don't know it per se, some of them say, I'll just get a gun. Guns proliferate. I know you think that they may be outlawing those. I don't see guns going away. I see the martial arts standing a chance of being gotten rid of before guns. You would think it would be the other way around, but a lot of things have happened in the political world lately, let's just say, that I didn't think would ever happen, but they have. And one thing I didn't think would ever happen, and it has, is that they got rid of abortion. So I submit to you that you better learn the martial arts now while we still can, before it's something that the masses can't do, either because they're outlawed, out of style, or they're just out, a third out of affordability for the average person. Because best believe the super elite, the uber rich, they're going to find a way to get their children trained in those things. They're going to find a way to get their children educated to learn, and themselves to learn how to protect themselves. Because guess what? In my first iteration of classes, when I was, second degree? I think I just got in second degree. And I was teaching on Saturdays. At first I was serving the poor, and I love that. But after a while, I started noticing people that live where I live showing up in my class, and like, you driving, I gotta drive like 30 minutes to get here. You driving out here? Like, hey man, this is a bargain. For all the stuff you're teaching and the time commitment, this is a great value. I'll drive 15 more minutes to come see you, and you're flexible? Heck yeah. Of course, they use stronger language than that, and some of it was littered with the use of the N-word as a term of endearment. But my point is, the people that have means are going to find a way to get what they need. Those of us who may not even be poor, may even be middle class, we're still subject, though, to the stresses and strains of survival. Gas prices, things of that nature, where you may not be able to drive to a martial arts class. And those of us who teach online, if we can't make our full-time living teaching online, then we may have to drive to where we make our primary living, if we can't do that online. So that's what I'm saying. Gas prices are still going to affect what's online, because goods and services cost fuel, and that indirectly drives up the price of everything. So that's what I'm saying. We need to get more adults, especially in the martial arts, in traditional martial arts, so we can keep this stuff alive, because this stuff has so many benefits, it's not even funny. And you don't even have to be a champion to reap the huge benefits that the martial arts gives you. And that's one of the things that I talk about on this channel. And of course, if you're near me, sign up for one of my classes. If you want to do something online with me, just hit me up. We'll work something out. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people like to talk about the martial arts and peace. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. If you got any comments or questions, please leave them below. Thank you for your time.